Yo, what's happening, Raider Nation? It's your boy Soto here. You know what it is. Raiders versus the world, talking about the team that the world loves to hate, your Las Vegas Raiders. All right. So I'm flipping through my phone, reading, right, looking at articles, and I'm like, wait a second. Here's a pretty cool little article. It's players who could become superstars on their new team. Okay. I start flipping through it. I'm thinking, okay, I see Rico Dowdle, the running back from the Cowboys. Okay. I see Justin Fields, the quarterback from Pittsburgh. I see T. Higgins, the wide receiver from Cincinnati. I see Aziz Ojulari, the edge from the Giants. Okay. I see Osa Odigizura, the tackle from the Cowboys. Okay. I see all these faces, right? And then I keep scrolling. I'm like, Malcolm Koonce from the Raiders. I don't like losing anybody that I like. I like Malcolm Koonce. I've liked him from the very beginning, from when we first got him. I understand he had some limitations when we first got him. He was not good against the run. He was just a kind of speed pass rusher, didn't have a lot of moves. He needed to get a little bit stronger because he was a little undersized. Whenever Malcolm Koonce got out there, his pass rush win rate was pretty solid. It got better as time went on. He also got better at setting the edge as time went on. Malcolm Koonce was one of the major reasons why the defense for the Raiders turned around under AP. He said, look, Tyree Wilson, yeah, I understand that you're the draft pick and everything, but yeah, we're not doing that. AP said, we're putting in Malcolm Koonce. I think it was AP and Patrick Graham actually kind of said, I got this. He's better right now. We need to get him out there more often. That was one of the reasons why the big turnaround with the Raider defense the last 9 or so games after AP took over in 2020. I liked it. I know you guys liked it. I know quarterbacks didn't like it. That 14.9, I believe, win rate in 2023 ranked him like 21 out of all the edge rushers who had like triple-digit pass rushes, okay? His pass rush grade was like 78, 79, something like that. He's knocking on the top 20. Okay, and if you take a look, you got 2 edge rushers starters per team. There's 64, and you're in the top 20. You're in the top third of the league, right? Malcolm Koonce can be that guy. I don't think it's that big of a stretch to say that Malcolm Koonce can turn into a superstar. He had 6 sacks the last 9 games under AP in 2023. Okay, what does that mean? That means you stretch that out that's over 12 sacks in a year. That's definitely going to get it done. Plus, he had all these tackles for losses and quarterback hits. And this guy, he was playing the run just as good as he was playing the pass in that year. All right, so let's take a step back here. What's actually happening with Malcolm Koonce? The reason why I'm talking about 2023 so often is, unfortunately, the Friday before the first game of the year, during a walkthrough in early September, Malcolm Koonce hurt his knee, had to have surgery, and missed the entire 2024 season. That is a backbreaker when it comes to Malcolm Koonce, because he was in a contract year. Never want that to happen in a contract year, man. You always want to ball out your contract year. Unfortunately, Malcolm Koonce could not put any new tape out there before his contract was up. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent. I think he's going to get a lot of looks because the NFL, you can't have too many pass rushers. Okay. Now, there's a couple things in our advantage, and I'm going to get to that in a second. This is a major reason why Malcolm Koonce could not be seen as valuable or super valuable to this team, regardless of what Patrick Graham says, regardless of what Max Crosby says, or anybody else on the defense says. Malcolm Koonce was drafted by Mike Mayock and John Gruden. That's like 2 regimes ago, okay? He survived because he was under contract, the whole JMD and Ziegler thing. Then he survived the Telesco AP thing, got hurt, unfortunately couldn't play. He's like twice removed from who drafted him. Nobody in the front office has any connection whatsoever to Malcolm Koonce. The only way Malcolm Koonce stays with the Raiders, I feel, is if either the front office currently values someone like Malcolm Koonce, or they see Malcolm Koonce as one of, if not the best option available for them at his price point. That's the big question. What is Malcolm Koonce's price point? Now remember, edge rusher, that's one of the top 5. That's one of the big 5 positions, right? What is the NFL about right now? About passing the ball and stopping the pass. So quarterback, receiver, offensive tackle, edge rusher, and corner. Those are the top 5 paid positions, average annual salary, okay? And if you want to know what's important to somebody, see how much they're getting paid. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying it's not. But if you don't re-sign Malcolm Koonce, who do you get? Do you start a rookie that you just bring in? Do you like Clavion Chason? Do you bring him back at a lesser price? Do you cross your fingers that Tyree Wilson kind of just figures it out? I don't know, man. It's a lot of question marks, and a lot of question marks that I don't think this defense needs. The last time Malcolm Koonce was healthy and playing regularly for the Raiders had one of, if not the best scoring defense in the NFL. Those last 9 games under AP. How's he going to come back from injury? That's a tough one, man. And this is the major sticking point. This new front office, if they do re-sign Malcolm Koonce, they're not only going to be sticking their neck out for a player that wasn't their guy, but a player that didn't have any new tape, right? Because he was hurt all last year, coming off of injury, that man want a lot of money. I really think that we can re-sign a Clavion Chason for a fraction of what you can get Malcolm Koonce for. Is he better? I don't think so. Is he that much worse? I don't know, man. Once Clavion Chason was out there, even without Max Crosby, he was doing some big things. Would I like to have them both? Sure, yeah, I'd love to have them both, but it's not realistic. And we have to take a look at something here, okay? Even with a lot of these players, most of the time, defense wasn't great. There was a lot of holes in the defense. I think we need to step back and take a look at what is possible to be done with the cap space that we have. Now, I think this cap space that we have is kind of fool's gold because we have a ton of cap space, but we also have 17 unrestricted free agents, and a lot of those are on the defensive side of the ball. Malcolm Koonce, you got Diablo, you got Spillane, you got Hobbs, you got Epps, and you have Merrick. That's 6. And now pull them out as restricted so we can get them back, no problem. But that's 6 unrestricted starting free agents. 6 of them. That's a tough one, man. That's a tough one because it's kind of a balancing act. Yes, I want to get the best player that I can get at the position, but am I willing to pay that price? If I'm willing to pay the price, am I willing to pay that price to a player coming off of injury that you don't know what you have? You don't know if they're fully back. You know if they're going to take a year to get back to snuff. What you do know with the Raiders front office, what they do know is the last time that man was on the field, that Raiders team was the best in the business. Those last 9 games when he started, the Raiders were number 1 in scoring defense, number 1 in takeaways. But yes, they were playing a lot of backup quarterbacks. In that 9-game stretch, they only played 2 starting quarterbacks, okay? One was Tua, and the other one was Patrick Mahomes. The rest of them were backups, okay? Let's just call it what it is. But they still had to go out there and perform. They don't get to pick and choose who they play when they play somebody. They just play who's ever on the team. It's going to be a different situation here, I think. This is really going to show what direction this front office is going in. A lot of front offices would just, like the JMDs and the Zieglers, they just got rid of a lot of good players just to bring their guys in, just to have their guys. They didn't take an objective look at the skill set of these players and how we can get the best. I really do think that the Pete Carrolls and the Patrick Grahams and the Chip Kellys and the John Spyteks and the Tom Bradys of the world will look to get the most talented players and find roles for them on how they can help. Getting rid of a really good player just because it's not your guy, it's pretty short-sighted. And that's what happens when you let go of guys and go flourish on other teams. That's the last thing I want to have happen. And I was really bummed out to see Malcolm Koonce on this list because that's a realistic possibility that he signs with somebody else. And I would really hate to see that happen. All right, guys, that's my time for today. Let me know what you guys think about the video. What do we do with Malcolm Koonce? How do we balance the fact that he was injured, the fact that he's not one of the new current regime's guys, the fact that he might need a lot of money to re-sign? What do you guys think, man? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video to all your socials. It's the absolute bare minimum you can do to help this channel without doing absolutely anything at all. I appreciate your time, guys. Till next time, everybody. Peace. Hey, Raider Nation. Thanks for watching. There's plenty more where that came from. Go ahead and smash that like button. Drop a comment. Make sure to subscribe and share to all your socials. It's the bare minimum you can do without doing absolutely nothing.